Right then, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. This morning, we're going to be diving into the latest around Arsenal and the general transfer market as well. Tielamans Arsenal have scheduled a new meeting with Leicester City this Thursday this week, and we are hoping for a new bid to be submitted for Tielamans. We are also hoping for an agreement between the two clubs according to Tielamans. However, the agreement on the price is not going to be very easy and it is going to take some time. However, we do have a very big update. Leicester City have already started looking for a replacement for Tielamans, and they're looking at CDK, Charles de Calatere, one of the players that I said Arsenal were interested in yesterday alongside Leeds United. So it's a very positive morning regarding Tielamans, but it's a story we are going to take slowly until when the player signs for Arsenal. We'll also talk about Savic. The player is now open to moving to the Premier League, not just to Arsenal, but to moving to the Premier League. However, it is only Arsenal right now that are interested, and we are the only club that has shown much interest in the player at the moment. We'll talk about Lucas Paqueta. Arsenal, Man United, Manchester City and Leicester City, all those clubs have actually inquired, according to The Sun, all those clubs have inquired about the availability of the player. However, Arsenal do not seem very keen, because our negotiations with Lyon in the past few months have not been that good, even when it comes to years. I think ever since we bought Alexander Lacazette there, we've tried to sign a couple of players from Lyon, and our negotiations with them, Jean-Michel Aulas, does not make it very easier for that. But of course, I'll also give you some more information on the outgoings at the club at the moment. Lucas Torreira, Ban Leno, Nicola Pepe and Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Hit the like button for me. Let's get this video to 800 likes. Subscribe to the podcast. We're very close to 52,000 subscribers, and I'm glad we are there, and I'm grateful to have such a community and such a family on YouTube. So let's do that. Of course, later when we get to 100k, we will have to boost our TikToks, our Instagram, our Twitter and the rest. But for now, let's get to the target. Let's hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Now let's start off with Tielamans. Of course, Tielamans is one of the very unique outlets that has been producing information around Tielamans very consistently, and all this information has been absolutely true, alongside Ben Jacobs, who has also been very vocal on Tielamans coming to Arsenal, always very strong and saying Tielamans will be an Arsenal player. It is just going to take some time. Now, according to Tielamans, Arsenal and Leicester City are going to be meeting this Thursday, and they will be trying to find an agreement on the price of the player. Arsenal only want to pay 25 million, and Leicester City are asking for around 30 million pounds. However, what I will confirm here is that Leicester City have already started looking for a replacement for the player, and they're looking at two players. They're looking at Lucas Paqueta. I will discuss Paqueta later in the video, but they're also currently looking at Charles de Calatere. Now, like I talked about him yesterday, Charles de Calatere is a Belgian midfielder, really highly rated, 21 years of age, playing at Club Brugge in Belgium. He's one of those players that can play for you in a double pivot, but he predominantly plays as an attacking midfielder. But he's very versatile, and you'd compare him to Kevin De Bruyne. So they're looking at him as one of the players they want to sign in. Only 30 million euros, or even less than that. This is what it is what the deal will actually cost them. But they will not sign him without competition. Like I said yesterday, Leeds United, AC Milan and Arsenal, all those clubs are keeping a very close eye onto the player. So the beauty around this one, lads, is that first and foremost, we are having a meeting with Leicester City. It has been very far away from us believing that Arsenal even still interested in Yuri Tielamans. Talks between us and his representatives, yes, have been going on, and also talks between Arsenal and Leicester City are believed to have gone on using intermediaries. But you need that contact. You need to bid. You need to make offers for the player to show that you're serious. Otherwise, Leicester City, in my opinion, they're always going to get offers from other clubs. They're always going to, listen to offers from other clubs. The beauty around this one as well is that Arsenal have already sold the player onto the move to the Emirates Stadium, and is 100% convinced that the next project and his next step is going to be to the Emirates Stadium. He 100% trusts Mikel Arteta and Edu. They've talked to him and they have reassured him that they will sign him this summer. Now, according to Connor Mobus, first and foremost, Arsenal will meet with Leicester on Thursday and try to negotiate a price. What us are trying to do here, we've discussed about this before, is we're trying to get Yuri Tielamans at a very cheap price. And if you want to do that, what you have to do is simple and easy. You only have to, drag the deal on, because the players told Leicester that, I either stay and live on a free, or you sell me in this summer. It's the same situation with Konrad Laimer at RB Leipzig. Both players have told their parent clubs, you either leave me to go to the club I want to go to this summer, or I live on a free. I'm not signing a new deal with you. So Leicester now have to listen to Arsenal. Whether Arsenal have 10 million, 20 million or 25, Leicester will have to listen to Arsenal. And in my opinion, it's a very, very good deal. After signing in Fabio Vieira for 40 million euros, Arsenal could just get Yuri Tielamans for 25 million euros. That's a very, very good deal. But like Connor Harbour says, it's going to be a very difficult one, and it's going to take some time. So it's not a deal that is going to be signed. It's not going to be a deal that has contract signed this week. It's going to take some lengthy talks, lengthy negotiations. In my opinion, it will have to have a compromise between Leicester City and Arsenal. Arsenal might need to add some coins on top of the 25 million, and Leicester could also have to come down from their 30 million euro valuation or 30 million pound valuation, and then they will meet in the middle. But still, I'm 100% Yuri Tielamans to Arsenal. I'm still there in my percentages. 90% I trust all the sources and all the information on this one. He was a priority. Football.London today have reported actually something that I really love. They've said Arsenal would prefer Yuri Tielamans over Serge Milinkovic-Savic. Both players play in the same position, but Tielamans is the primary target. Now, whether Arsenal will sign both of them, like reported yesterday, there is a small window, there is a small world where Arsenal sign both of them. It's quite unlikely and unusual of Arsenal to do that, but there is a small world where it can happen. But at the moment, Tielamans is the priority. Arsenal have scheduled another meeting to get the deal done. It could also be the fact that Lazio are trying to use Arsenal as a smokescreen. I mean, it happens all the time, doesn't it? They could try to use us as a bait, try to get more clubs interested in the player, and they could also be trying to use us as an attraction, so that when clubs come in, they can bid a lot of money for the player. But Tielamans is the priority. New meetings have been set, so let's wait and see what is gonna come out of that. But at least now we can confirm that an agreement between Arsenal and Leicester City is going to be discussed, and probably it should be coming out very, very imminently. Now, talking about players that are interested in joining Arsenal and Arsenal are interested in signing, Lucas Paqueta has also come back in the news today. Now, not only Arsenal, according to The Sun, a couple of clubs around London and also in the Premier League have asked for information about Lucas Paqueta. That includes United, Manchester City, Arsenal, Newcastle, and Leicester City. I hope I've just cleared the list, right? So listen, Arsenal not very keen on the player. We were interested in him. I think that was last summer, and the interest was also not gross because if it were, then probably it would have been a very, very different story. But with my opinion with Lucas Paqueta, I wanted him as my number 8 because he's a very, very good player in the position, very good at carrying the ball, very good at progressing the ball as well, and also a very, very good player when it comes to some defensive attributes. He's absolutely excellent. And I think I've done a scout report. I've analyzed the scout report around Lucas Paqueta, and I told you lads that when you think about players playing in that area and they're quite versatile, Lucas Paqueta is a unique case. First and foremost, you can play him as your attacking midfielder. You can play him as a right attacking midfielder or left attacking midfielder. You can play him as a central midfielder in a double pivot. You can also play him on on either wings, just like you see how Bernardo Silva can be deployed on either the right or the left wing. So that is how versatile Lucas Paqueta is. Now, I'm not sure Lyon will sell him this summer. The players told Lyon he would be very open to moving away. And Lyon asking for around 80 million euros. I think that is 60 million pounds. I won't be very surprised if this one goes to a Newcastle. I won't be very surprised if it goes to Newcastle. I don't see Leicester replace Tielamans with Lucas Paqueta unless they can agree a deal in the region of 40 million euros. But also, Leicester City are trying to offload Boubacar Soumaré to Monaco, and also Tielamans to Arsenal. So that means they will need someone in there. So keep an eye on Lucas Paqueta. To Leicester, if they can agree a price that is favorable, and a Newcastle, because with Newcastle we know they have the money and they're looking for beautiful players to add to their squad as well. All right, okay. Now, Serge Milinkovic-Savic, like I reported, is very open to a move away from Lazio, and he would love to join the Premier League. He would love to play in the Premier League. Man United have been interested before in the player. Arsenal interested currently in the player. We are the only club at the moment, including Newcastle, that have been reportedly. I mean, Newcastle are reported to want everyone, honestly. But we are the only club at the moment, according to Dimarzio, that have made the bid and also contacted the representatives of the player. The player would be very open to moving to the Premier League. Personal terms not yet agreed, and the player does not have any agreement with Arsenal, but he wants to go to the Premier League. Lazio wants 60 million pounds to sell. Let's get into some outgoings. That is how I wanted to end the show. Nicolas Pepe, Arsenal are looking for a, can you believe this, lads? Can you believe? Arsenal are searching for a club that can take Nicolas Pepe out on loan. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. 72 million. We cannot find a... That was the worst kind of transfer business we ever done as a club. A manager asking for Wilfred Zaha, and we gave him Nicolas Pepe, and now we cannot offload Nicolas Pepe and a new manager. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. Ban Leonard to Fulham is on. He's in talks with the London club. It is believed that by the end of July, he will have found an agreement with Fulham to sign for them. He wants to stay in London and he wants to be a regular goalkeeper. I wanted him to go to Newcastle, by the way, but it didn't happen. Nottingham Forest are asking Ainsley Maitland-Niles to reduce on his wages so that they can sign him. I think is another case that needs to go. Another player that needs to leave Arsenal. And finally, Lucas Torreira. Arsenal are looking for a club for the player in Spain and Italy. River Plate is interested. The player also wants to go back and play in River Plate, or for River Plate, but they will not be able to match Arsenal's demands in the player. Torreira. And as well, Pablo Mari, by the way. Pablo Mari is as well. Arsenal working on the move for Pablo Mari. And that is, I think that is Udinese. There is also another club in Italy interested in Pablo Mari. But let's do this. I'm going to do a video of every player Arsenal should sell and where they should go. Okay, I'm not really trying to do a regurgitation of what we've already done, the keep and sell. No, I'm trying to make sure that I can suggest clubs where these balloons could go, like Bellerin, Betis. He wants to go there. Just agree a deal with Betis. Torreira, Fiorentina. Just agree a deal with Fiorentina. Leno, Fulham. Pepe. It's a difficult one. We'll try to suggest some names. We'll try to see. Try to see where the lads can go. Right? I'm going to do 6 videos today. 6 videos. So if you're not, but you don't need to watch all of them. I think you'll need to watch this one, which I've already watched. You'll also need to watch my opinion on either Savic or Tielamans, and then you'll need to watch the video that I'll do on on the outgoings and where they need to go. The rest of the videos will be my own content, and you only watch them if you love me as a person. See you then.